Good day everyone, and thank you for joining Relentless Drip. Today I'd like to showcase a DIY, a do-it-yourself on waist beads. So let's have a look at the materials. Of course you need your beads, you'll have your different options and strings, measuring tape to measure right around your waist. Today I'm going to show you an example using crystal string, which is elastic stretchy string. It's really strong and one of our go-tos right now. And of course, what you like to do is measure using the measuring tape, move around to chopping it off, and we'll get started with one of our clasps here. Now the clasps can be used as a barrel clasp. We have a lobster clasp, and some people use a permanent kind of method where you actually just tie the string together once you have your beads on. In this case, we'll get started with the gold barrel clasps. So you'll leave a little bit of string out for you in case you need to make a few adjustments once you've completed the waist beads. And we'll go ahead and tie our first knot. You like it right in the center, so have a look at that just to make sure you have it in the right place, and then you can make a few more knots moving forward. I like to do about 3 or 4 knots. And here, keep in mind with the waist beads, you can use them for many different options. Some people use them for entertainment purposes where it's more fashionable on the outside of your clothing where people can see. Some people use them more of an intimate attire where you're actually more for your partner, where it's not really seen, more spiritual or cultural purposes. And in this case, we'll start off with black beads. You look for the hole and drop it down, and notice you'll have different sizes. We'll start with the 6x0 3mm beads, and I also have right behind there a crystal. They're about 6mm, and you can do a few different sizes. I also like to play with the 3mm, which gives a few different leverages and different sizes to play with on the same string. So be sure to play around with different size strings, but make sure it goes through it goes actually through the string. You notice our nylon string you have back there is very difficult to use for 3mm beads, but they work really well with 4mm beads. So in this case, I'm going to kind of play around with a few different colors, the browns, the purples, a crystal here and there. And what we're looking for is to find the right fit, kind of the right pattern. And I'm freestyling here. I have no idea of what I'm going to do, but all you can really do is just hope that the colors come together and play off well. So, and here the smaller purple is more of the 3mm. And we're almost done here. So as we zip through it, notice that the pattern is coming together. A few browns here, a few purples here, a few crystals there. And now we're at the very center of the waist beads. And I know that because I've measured the string. So because the string is measured, I know that I'd like to add a little gold shimmer in the center because my clasps will be in the back. So when you have your pattern there, what you want to do is use the same exact pattern on the other side. You don't have to, but it's a fun method that I use because once I have a pattern in place, I think that it looks just beautiful and consistent across the board. So no matter which way you twist it on when you're wearing it, it's consistent, it flows well, the colors match. And if you're wearing a few at a time, it looks really well along with kind of a collection of waist beads. So we're getting back to putting our beads on. Here I'm starting with the 3mm. But what's cool here is a different method of tossing my beads on. Notice what I'm doing is picking them up with the string. Sometimes it's a cool way to get the smaller beads onto your waist beads. So we're almost done. It's coming along pretty well. And we'll get back to our 3mm. And some of the different string options you can use are nylon, you can use a hemp cord, you can use your elastic. We also have the fish line. So it really depends on your particular request. And as you know, you can make your beads yourself, and we make them as well. You pick a color and we assist in just kind of bringing that color to life. So now we're towards the end of our waist bead. And you like to kind of see how consistent it is. You have purple on one end, gets a bit darker towards the tips, and a splash of gold in the center, and our clasps at the end. So now it's time to place our clasps on, and I noticed that maybe we can, let's see, add a few more beads on before we do our final close. Okay, let's get a few beads on there. And when you pull your elastic, you can pinch it with your nail. That helps to get a nice grip on your elastic. Okay, so let's go ahead and put our beads on there. We'll go ahead and grab the clasp. Let it fall right in there. Keep the clasp as close as possible to your beads. So you want to pull on your beads, but not too tight where they're on top of each other, but tight enough so you have the effect when you're eating too much. It reminds you that you are. It will roll up if you're eating too much, and it falls down when you know you've lost a few inches there on your waist. So that's the cool part of the beads and controlling your weight loss. So again, you want to get a few knots in. I'd like to do about 4 or 5 knots. And now we like to shift over into cutting off the remainder elastic string we have here. Okay, so you want to make sure you keep a close look on that, cut as close as possible to your knot. And we'll grab our other end. And again, you want to cut as close as possible. Area. Clip that on the other end without cutting your elastic, of course. So now we have a completed waist bead ready to go. You can put it right on. If you find that it's a little too big, you can go ahead and clip the end, remove the number of beads you like, either on one end or both, and place it right back on so that it's a nice tight fit to your desire. So I hope you all enjoyed this video today. Again, know it's something you can do yourself, and or you can place an order with relentlessdrip.com. We have every color you can imagine, crystals, charms. But if all else fails, go ahead and comment below, ask any questions, and we'll help you move forward there. So make sure you have all of your materials, your beads, your clasps. Let's not forget you have your barrel clasp options. You have your lobster clasp option there. Different colors to choose from. Different cords to choose from. Your illusion cords, your nylon cords. Again, you have your hemp cords, which is also fun, but works best with the 4mm beads. And you are all set. So go ahead, put it on, design yourself, design different colors, design different patterns, different shapes, and place them on. Again, here is our IG page, Relentless Solution Wear. Clasps, keep in mind that you want to make sure you can order these items from your local stores and or Amazon. You have your lobster clasps here, as well as your illusion cords, not to mention your hemp cords, and nylon is a really awesome cord to use as well. And last but not least, your beads. Thank you for watching.